Alright, I'm just gonna say it. Frick my ex. Huh. Actually, I'm genuinely grateful it happened, because without it, I wouldn't be sitting here, back on Minecraft, pressing record, figuring myself out. But let me give you some context, because this isn't just a breakup story. This is a story about what happens when you have zero experience with relationships, meet someone who shows you the smallest amount of affection, and completely lose yourself in it. It started as what people call a sneaky link situation. Nothing serious, no labels, just two people spending time together. The problem was, I was 23 years old and had absolutely no experience with girls. None. So when this person showed me attention, real warmth, even the smallest gestures, it hit me like a drug. And I mean that literally. That first feeling of being wanted by someone, it rewired something in my brain. I was hooked. And here's the thing experts actually talk about. Inexperienced guys tend to attach fast, not because they're weak, but because they haven't built up the ability to tell the difference between genuine connection and just someone filling a void. When you've never felt that warmth before, the first person who gives it to you feels like everything. And that's exactly what happened to me. We fell into what they call the honeymoon phase, and it was real to me, every bit of it. Now, I won't get too deep into everything that came with it. There was a religion involved, family complications, things I might make a separate video about one day. But what I will say is that I walked away from a lot. My mother, my sister, my whole support system. I had my own apartment, my own truck. On the outside, it looked like I was doing great. And for a while, I genuinely believed I was happy. But looking back, I was just comfortable. And comfortable is dangerous when you're with someone who stopped being present a long time ago. She got colder as the months went on. Little things, the kind of changes you notice but convince yourself mean nothing. I kept believing in something that had already ended in her head. She just hadn't told me yet. Then one day I picked up her phone. A name. Let's call him John. And a message that read, "Am I seeing you tonight?" I remember just going completely still. Not crying, not yelling, just still. I put the phone down. I didn't say a word that day. I waited a week, trying to keep my composure, trying to do this the right way, but I didn't. So one of the days I pulled up to her house, and parked in the driveway was a truck I had never seen before, and something in me just snapped. I smashed the front driver's seat window, got charged, had to pay around $1,000 I didn't have, borrowed money I was ashamed to ask for. That one moment of not being able to hold it together cost me more than just money. Yeah, turned out it was the new guy's truck. She ended up just calling me and started cursing at me. But we ended things right there on the call with swears back and forward. Now, some people would try and change their life right there and then, but I didn't. What followed was probably the worst version of myself I have ever been. I turned to alcohol. Debt started piling up, police tickets, pulled over more times than I should admit, while intoxicated. And I will say this clearly, do not do that. Ever. It's not worth it. I got lucky in ways I had no business getting lucky. But here's what I want to talk about. Because I think a lot of guys go through exactly this, and nobody really breaks it down, honestly. When you have no dating experience and someone gives you affection for the first time, your brain doesn't know how to process it. You skip steps. You skip the part where you actually get to know the person. You skip watching for red flags because everything feels too good to slow down. Experts call it rushing the getting to know you phase. And it leads to relationships that look real on the surface, but have no real foundation underneath. The honeymoon phase feels like love, but love without foundation is just comfort. And some people will stay in your comfort as long as it benefits them. The advice I wish someone had given 23-year-old me: slow down. Seriously. Take your time getting to know someone before you give them access to your peace, your family, your finances, and your future. Red flags don't disappear. They just get easier to ignore the more attached you become. And when things go wrong, and sometimes they will, do not hand your pain to a bottle. That road has one direction, and it is not forward. I am not going to sit here and pretend I have it all figured out now. I don't, but I am working on it. Getting back on my feet, rebuilding slowly. Minecraft somehow ended up being part of that, which, if you watched my first video, makes a little more sense. I am also in the process of fixing things with my family. My mother, my sister, the people who were always there, and who I walked away from for someone who was already planning to leave. And that is the part that stays with me the most. Do not take for granted the people who genuinely love you, because real unconditional love, the kind that doesn't come with conditions or hidden agendas, that is rare. And your mother? That is usually the purest version of it you will ever find. Keep her close. Keep your family close. And the next time someone offers you warmth, take your time. Make sure it is real before you give them everything. I'm Squealy. Thanks for watching. And if you want to hear more of my yapping, you already know what to do.